I think there's a couple of things caregivers can do, and of course some of it is financially dependent. But one of the most important things to do is to see if your loved one qualifies for a program like Medicaid, which possibly will pay for certain visits by home health aides. And a lot of times caregivers just need that break. They need to know that somebody's there to help mom or dad get dressed or bathed or fed, especially if they have to go to work. So it's important to check into things like income verification and qualifications based on the needs in your particular state, because it does vary. And again, we get into that 50 states, 50 different answers dilemma, but this is something that can really help you in the long run. There are also very good grassroots and local social supports available for that kind of thing. There are organizations such as Lots of Helping Hands, which can be a volunteer-based or paid-based situation where somebody might just come in and help sit with your loved one and read them a book or prepare a meal or do something very simple like that. The other thing that I think caregivers need to look into is respite care. And while that's not a huge focus because you don't want to necessarily have your loved one away for extended periods of time, for a day or a weekend or even several days, it gives the caregiver just some downtime. Whether it's R&R to take a day and catch up on a nap or reading a good book, or maybe take a mini vacation. But it's very important to know that services are out there that can help relieve the burden. It's very difficult to overcome those feelings of guilt. Could I have done more? Why didn't I catch on sooner? What else could I have done? That's where things like these support groups can come in and be very, very valuable, because I think it's important to realize that you're not in this alone and you're not the only one going through this, and that what you're feeling is normal and what you're feeling is very typical. Social workers can help walk you through this, geriatric psychiatrists can help walk you through this, but the bottom line is that people do the best they can with the resources they have. If you won the lottery tomorrow, you could probably buy the best care in the world for your loved one, but it's not going to change the nature of the disease. And that's what I think people have to realize, is that this is a disease, it's a progressive disease that can possibly be slowed down in some people, but it can't be cured. And you can only do what you can do. You give it your all, you give it the best you can give it day in and day out. And at the end of the day, if you know you've improved your loved one, or at least maintained your loved one's quality of life for another day, then you've done as much as you can do. And it's hard not to feel guilty, but you're only human.